Oh look, it's yet another game provided to me for free by publisher Sometimes You for the purpose of this review. Those who've been keeping up with me already know the deal. This is some more bottom-of-the-barrel stuff that only excels at disappointment. So whether or not you're a fan of anime, don't expect much here. Pantsu Hunter opens with a melodramatic couple of paragraphs about how our hero, Kenji, is depressed for living in a city that's devoid of love. Despite going out on several dates, he can never seem to get very far with anyone. However, Kenji has noticed that most girls' distinctive personalities can be picked up on ahead of time by studying the different kinds of panties that they own. Thus the title of the game. Kenji meets with 4 different girls across his adventure through college by accepting various odd jobs, and he hopes that he'll find his one true love while doing so. If not, then at least he can add to his collection. The gameplay is basically a visual novel with some very light point-and-click adventure aspects to it. You pick up items along the way to solve puzzles, but there are no real brain teasers here. You shouldn't have any trouble figuring this stuff out. The majority of the game really comes down to following the several dialogue paths and seeing where the endings take you. While the game would appear to have 60 or so different endings, most of them are really stupid and pointless, like getting yourself killed just for sitting on a chair. At least a few of them are comical. There's one scenario where Kenji needs to unplug a washing machine to get to a pair of panties, but unplugging the wrong one immediately leads to death. You stumbled and hit your head on the edge of a washing machine. It was impossible to survive. Well, that's a little extreme. Kenji can also ask to go use the toilet, but instead decide to take a bath, which the homeowner is none too happy about.
What are you doing? Why are you outside naked?
However, Kenji can convince her that it was too hot in her place and he just needed to cool off.
Oh, of course. I don't have a fan in here. I really should open the window.
So, as far as ridiculous scenarios go, at least it's staying true to its adventure game roots, but it's unfortunate that every one of these alternate endings are merely text descriptions with no graphics. It's really lazy and disappointing. It would have been fine if only a few of them are text only, but something like jumping out of a second-story window could have used some visualization. The main goal of the game is to befriend the girls of each chapter by unlocking the true ending, all the while collecting as many panties as you can along the way. And once you've done so, the next chapter unlocks. The game's final chapter, which was a Kickstarter stretch goal, plays out very differently in that there aren't any puzzles and is instead a straight-up traditional visual novel, with the endings determined by which girl you remain closest to. This could have been a halfway decent game if there was more to it, however it's lacking in just about every aspect. The artwork is okay, no big complaint there, but it's nothing special, and while it is nice to have voice acting, it's unfortunately poorly done.
Sister, meet my friend. And this is Yukari. We've been waiting for you to wake up. Today is football!
Oh, for sure. Sorry.
That's alright, we'll see you later.
Oh, okay. I'll come later.
Let's go.
But I'm honestly not sure if I should be disappointed in the actresses at all. I bet they had just as hard a time reading this garbage as I did. A lot of this grammar is absolutely pathetic. The jack of all trades is pulled into Battelle? Oh, come on, people. He was very handsome and dressed simply in a black shirt embroidered with the shop name on the upper left portion of the chest. No, that's not what he is wearing. The needle pierced the bear's ear in such a force that he Oh, how do you even make that mistake? The letters are on the opposite ends of the keyboard. This is downright unacceptable. It is not possible for 30 seconds to pass in this game without tripping over a grammatical, spelling, or continuity error of some kind. And that's a big problem for a text-heavy story-based game. I mean, I get the gist of it and I can follow what's going on, but this should not be the case for a game you pay money for. This would be fine if it was a free Flash game on Newgrounds.com, but not for $9 on Steam. And especially not after a successful Kickstarter campaign that earned quadruple its goal. If I had put money towards this game, I'd feel really bad that this ended up being the result. If it weren't for the poor grammar, and if the acting was better, then I'd say that the story is cute at times, but even at its best, this is just a dumb game with nothing special about it. The story plays out like a comedic slice of life anime, which is fine, it's a genre that I usually enjoy, but it's also one that depends heavily on fun characters who interact well with each other. In this case, they all have cookie-cutter personalities and are as bland as cardboard cutouts. There's just not much to this game, and it's extremely short. I 100%ed the whole thing in a day, mostly by trial and error, making it one of the easiest and by far the most shameful platinum trophy that I've gotten so far. Pantsu Hunter is bad enough on its own merits, but then you gotta compare it to other visual novels out there, like Doki Doki Literature Club or Katawa Shoujo. These games aren't groundbreaking by any means, but they clearly have care and attention put into them. And they're free! Not to mention the wealth of other visual novels that are out there for free on Steam, renp.org, and elsewhere that are way more worth your time. I do want to commend the developers behind Pantsu Hunter for going through all the effort they did to make a video game and to put it out there for sale on storefronts. None of that's easy to do, and it does take a lot of work. But none of it matters either, because when you get down to it, they're charging money for a subpar product and couldn't even bother to proofread the script, let alone have a single person with a confident grasp of the English language even playtest the game. As a couple of brief side notes, I've never been comfortable with direct name drops of other properties without the permission of the rights holders in a game that's being sold for profit. Yeah, I see you over there, Sailor Moon-S poster. I bet they took this exact image off of a Google search like I just did. Also, hilariously, the Steam version was later updated with a collection of erotic images to be added into the game. It shouldn't come as a surprise that that stuff ain't in the PS4 version, and I doubt it's gonna be in any of the other platforms outside of Steam either.
Fuck off, you pervert!
Well, that's all there is to it. 3 out of 10? Don't bother, there's better stuff out there. I don't mean to discourage developers, but I'm not going to give this game a pass. There are way better games you can get for $9.
You're such a pervert! You just used my dirty bathwater!
Thanks for watching my review on Pantsu Hunter.